It's time, guys. DNA test found 100%. I don't know the word. That's the human in me. Y'all know that song? But you're homing me. Because I want to be great. Guys, why on earth? Welcome, guys, to the Twisted Wonder Show and podcast. Wait, and podcast, or as Tanya would do, and podcast. Guys, welcome to our show. Woo, woo, woo. Guys, listen, as you are chiming in, tell us your city and state. I have the fan blowing, not because I think Beyonce, child, but because it's hot. Wait a minute, I gotta turn the fan up. I hope y'all don't hear the fan blowing. Listen, the fan is blowing because the sister is hot. I had a crazy day. Am I the only one that had a crazy day? So welcome to the show, guys. We are so excited to be back. Let me tell you this. I'm loving, I am a contraptions type of girl. So if I could get, my mic is finally laying right. Let me see. You see the mic? You see it? I'm excited about it. I am singing. I'm excited about the microphone. Guys, y'all already know I am Inga Nicole, your host, and then of course Tanya. Guys, Tanya, life is lifing out here this summer. The summer's wrapping up. G goes to school tomorrow, so guys, shout out to G. Everybody, make sure you keep her in your prayers. That's Tanya's youngest girl. She is on her way back to school for her. I want to say her third semester. Whatever. She's on her way back to school. Kinley is here, the new baby. And then who else? Nye had a birthday this week. And so life is doing what life is supposed to do. And so we're excited about that. But she'll be back with us on next week. But for this week, you got your girl. How do I say your favorite girl? And she says your girl. So here we go. Guess what I want to talk about? I started with Lizzo today because, guys, Lizzo is all over the news. And so I'm going to talk about Lizzo today. And then we said that our show today, y'all already know I keep a prop, okay? Our show today, guys, is about money matters for women. Y'all know that's my thing to talk about. I teach women to boss up their bag in 30 days or less on our other platform. And so I just wanted to make sure I was able to talk about that in this space with you today. But we want to talk about Lizzo. We want to talk about that. What are tell everybody? First of all, again, don't forget, tell me where you're sitting and state, where you checking in from. And here's the thing I wanted to share. Let me turn my phone up because you know that your phone will ring. Oh yeah, I gotta tell Instagram. I'm going live on Instagram for 32 seconds, so Instagram knows we live. Here's what I love, guys. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Go YouTube. Go YouTube. So I have to do the mic check on our Facebook page to make sure that y'all can hear and see us. And so where we at? Boom, boom, boom. There we go. And then, guys, let's check out YouTube and see how we tubing over there. So let me try to find our page on there. Don't forget, where you from? Where is you at? Where you be? Are you home? Are you out? What's happening out there in these streets today with our super fans? We love you guys. Booyah. It says that we are live. I'm so excited. Boom. We're live on YouTube. Wow! So, guys, I'm going to go live real fast on Instagram, because that's the only platform that we haven't mastered being live on yet. So number one, we have to get our followers up to go live on Instagram. And then the other thing is, if I try to go live on my phone, why does my phone continue to ring? Boo Bear's calling me. My son is calling me. Someone's always calling. And so we've had to skip the going live on Instagram, but I'm about to hit the live button on them real fast. So guys, y'all say hi. We going on Instagram, turn it around. Y'all know what it is. What's up, Instagram? So I'm about to tell them that we're live. Okay, booyah, booyah. So 1, 2, 3. Instagram, what's happening? Okay, Instagram, we playing a movie over here. We are live on the Twisted Wellness Show and podcast. So make sure you come on over here, get in here. The link is in the bio. Link is in the story. Come holler at us. Come see us. I can't stay on here because my phone will ring and then I gotta go. But come on, guys, we about to get into it. Instagram, CR. All right, so I went live on Instagram. New things this week, guys. Let me tell you what happened new this week. So I am leaving one of our Airbnbs in Delaware and headed down south a little bit towards Virginia, then on our way to Florida, but we are buying up the East Coast. That's what we do. New thing I tried this week, magnetic lashes. Can you tell? My sister and Tanya done talked me into these magnetic lashes, okay? And when I tell you that the lashes be lashing, but they look okay at first, but then they'll start falling off. And I'm used to like my individuals for weeks and weeks at a time. I don't have to worry about lashes. And so I'm trying to get used to the whole magnetic lash thing, child. So that's that part. I told y'all the fan is blowing because it's not because I think I'm Beyonce, but because I'm warm and hot. But we started off with Lizzo. So let me just get into it because I had carried on, birthdays and all that. If it's your birthday, make some noise. If it's your birthday, make some noise. If it's your birthday, make some noise right now in the chat for me so that I can shout out your birthday. And I got the chat popping over here. Hey sis, how you doing? I love it. You gotta love it. Hey girl, how you doing? Listen, shout out to Benita, guys. Benita is a new instructor in Atlanta. She is a hairstylist extraordinaire in Atlanta. She is she's teaching. She's she does natural. So she does natural hair. She be getting you right up under these wigs, child, because you got to keep it right under your wigs even too. So hey Benita. But Lizzo, guys, come on, let's talk about Lizzo. So I brought y'all a little clip up in here, and we about to talk about Lizzo. But right before I do that, TKO Tasty Creations, guys, you gotta know our sponsor for today, of course, is TKO Tasty Creations. Y'all already know that she's one of my favorites. She real like low-key my sister. But guys, TKO Tasty Creations has a many array of services, including event catering, private chef services, meal prep services, culinary classes. Sheisbomb.com. Look at how beautiful the food is. You want to look at the gallery real fast? Guys, let me see if I got a gallery. Look at that. Look. Come on, stop. Y'all better, somebody get over here and look at this. Would you look at this? Somebody get over here and look at this. I want to eat it all. But shout out, guys, to TKO Tasty Creations. And if anybody wants to sponsor the Twisted Wellness Show and podcast, go to sponsors at Twisted Wellness Show or send us a DM. But let's get into Lizzo, guys. Check this out. Lizzo, okay? I heard that there's sexual harassment. Y'all don't got to take my words. We're going to take her words, and this is all, we're going to take their words, and this is all alleged. So I'm going to play a little clip for you. Here we go. Okay, boom. Wait, here we go.
On or about March 2021, Ms. Davis, and Ms. Williams were introduced to Lizzo when they were contestants on Lizzo's reality television show, Watch Out for the Big Girls, which was released on Amazon Prime Video. During the show, contestants competed for the opportunity to join the Lizzo team as her big girl dancers, accompanying Lizzo in her live performances and tours. During filming for the show, Ms. Davis and Ms. Williams were first introduced to defendant Shirlene Quigley, one of the judges and instructors on the show and captain of Lizzo's dance team. Ms. Quigley discovered that Ms. Davis was a virgin, and Ms. Davis's virginity became a topic of extreme importance to Ms. Quigley in the months to follow. Ms. Quigley would routinely bring up Ms. Davis's virginity in conversations with Ms. Davis. Ms. Quigley even mentioned Ms. Davis's virginity in interviews she participated in and later posted to social media, broadcasting an intensely personal detail about Ms. Davis to the world. Plaintiffs performed with Lizzo at a show in Amsterdam, Netherlands. After the show, Lizzo invited the dancers out with her on the town. As it turns out, Lizzo had planned a night out in Amsterdam's notorious red light district. The main event of the night was a club where patrons are allowed to interact with completely nude performers. Lizzo began inviting cast members to take turns touching the nude performers, catching launched from the performers' vaginas, and eating bananas protruding from the performers' vaginas. Lizzo then turned her attention to Ms. Davis and began pressuring Ms. Davis to touch the breast of one of the nude women performing at the club. Lizzo began leading a chant goading Ms. Davis. Lizzo began to pressure a member of her security team to participate in the night's debauchery. Lizzo badgered the security guard to get on the club stage until he submitted to her demands. When he got on the stage, his pants were pulled down, exposing his buttocks. Lizzo began yelling, "Take it off," while a club performer hit the security guard with whips.
All right, so listen, I'm not about to play this whole entire Lizzo thing, but my question, guys, is this sexual harassment? Did they want to be there? Do they know what it is? Are celebrities allowed to treat you any kind of way? And so I want to know, what do we think about what's going on with Lizzo? Guys, clap back As Tanya would say, clap back and tell me, what do you think about this? And I'll put the link in our comments at the end of the show. And then that way you guys could go and watch the rest of that video because it's literally about 10 minutes long. But what's really good? She's getting sued. They're saying, and it's an interesting thing because she's getting sued by 3 people so far that I know about in her camp. And more people are coming forward. And so do people have a right to treat you any kind of way? You know, like, is it sexual harassment? Is it part of your work? Do you know what it is when you go into a sex club? Because, hey, come on now, we're not that naive, are we? And so my question is, what you got to say? You know, what do I say to this? What I say is, we are all adults. It wasn't me. I'm not going to get treated any kind of way. I'm not going to go anywhere that I'm not uncomfortable. I know as a woman, oftentimes we are curious. I honestly can say there was a time where I remember being in a questionable type club and I didn't know I was there at first. And when I got inside and I saw the goings on, I was just like, holy crap. I was like, oh, wow, like I'm up in here. But I wasn't running away like, oh, I'm being forced to be here. I was trying to like, I wasn't trying to participate, but I was certainly trying to see what was really good there. Like, oh, I'm in the, you know. And so when you get put in these positions, what are you going to do? Should you just be an adult and walk away? Or are you a person that's feeling like you're pressured because this is your boss and peer pressure? You got to do what you do. It's like if I got put in a supply closet at work by my boss because I was trying to get paid, feed my children, but I had to go in a supply closet and do something strange for a little change. Is that sexual assault or did I consent? And so my question is, what's really good? Guys, clap back as you feel, and definitely go look at that video because it is so interesting. But the details are unfolding. We're going to see. But I just wanted to make sure I shared that today because we said that we were going to start every episode with a little piece of news. Body shaming, all the things that they're saying. And honestly, in my head, I'm saying to myself, with all due respect, how you going to body shame? Like, when, like, I don't want to ever call anybody overweight or out of shape or anything like that because to each his own. But are you serious right now that you're body shaming? Because that was part of it. One of the girls was saying that they said that she was gaining too much weight. It's almost a situation where, again, is it body shaming? Is it sexual assault? Or is your job description that you have to stay a certain weight? Do you have to do certain things to look the part to be able to carry on your performance? And so all of this is to be determined and to be discussed in court. And so that is our twisted tea for today. But what I want to talk to you ladies about today, honestly, is our money. I can remember a time, and I'm going to be straight up transparent. Right now, we're in a society where the world is super independent. Like all the independent women stand up. I got a bag. I can take care of myself. I don't need this. I'm on my own. And I do feel, and we've had this conversation before, that sometimes we are too independent for our own good. However, as women, we do need to maintain a certain amount of being responsible, financially able for ourselves. So for me back in the day, I'll say when I was a single mom, raising my kids, doing what I had to do. And like I said, this episode is about, although we have the twisted tea, this episode is definitely about our money and how it matters. But I can remember being a single mom back in the day, and I was all about my hustle, all about my work. So I started out in money where I didn't have any help. I would be carrying bags to the grocery store, shopping and not getting a ride home. I'm talking about shopping for like weeks and a month at a time. And they say they'll help you and give you a ride when you're struggling and you're coming up and you don't have a car or any way to get around. There's no cabs back then when I was coming up. There wasn't no Uber. And I didn't even understand. I was so young as a teenage mom. I didn't even understand being able to catch a taxi cab. It never crossed my mind, but I'm going to ask someone that I know in my family to come and give me a ride. And so my financial independence and my being independent came from that struggle of being on your own and having to survive with your kids. However, that financial sense of I got to get it, I got to grind, I got to do what I got to do started to go into my adulthood as an entrepreneur, as a single woman. And I remember being an attractive girl. And come on, stop hating. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. But I remember being an attractive girl in the world of business with a lot of men. And that was a very challenging place to be because you do find that often you are asked, you don't have to, but you are asked to compromise the woman that you are or the girl that you want to become, the woman that you're working to become, the entrepreneur of all entrepreneurs, right? You are asked to do some things that are not necessary. for some money. And I'm telling you, many times I have walked away like, F that, I'm not doing it. I don't care. I won't. My kids, we're going to eat oodles and noodles before I compromise who I am. But that led to my hardcore, I got it, self-independent. I'm going to keep my money. I'm going to do what I have to do. And I share Money Matters for Women because I feel like as you going through life on your own in that struggle, you find that hard heart. But as life begins to relax and you start to find your groove and money starts to come to you easily and frequently, it is time to start lessening up the reins of I got it, I got it, I got it. Because in real life, a lot of times we don't got it. A lot of times a little help ain't never hurt nobody, but the help that you think that you have, you don't have. And so you used to doing it by yourself. So F it, I'm cool. And I really had to fight through domestic violence. You guys know that. Through being a single mom, through being that struggling entrepreneur, through being taken advantage of in situations with people that were supposed to be powerful and try to find my space, having to fight through to be independent but still in a relationship has been and was a struggle for me. And even now, Boo Bear, and you guys know Boo Bear, that's what Boo Bear, I ain't got to explain that. Boo Bear, good to meet you. I ain't got no complaints. He works hard for me. He works hard for us. Not just for me, though. One of the things I say about Boo Bear, and this is like being in a relationship where I had to learn to participate, because I've been in relationships where we're supposed to be a team, but you're doing it by yourself. We're supposed to be a team, but you're not telling me everything. We're supposed to be a team, but I'm not letting my left hand know what my right hand is doing. And we talked about that today on our Facebook about the things that we think about money. But when I say that Boo Bear is good to me, he works very hard. But one of the things I must say is not me. It is the way that he is, right? And so he works hard to provide for our family, but he works hard and provides for his mama. He works hard and provides for his daughter. He works hard and provides for the grandchildren. And so it is not just me as a woman that he's good for, but he's good to a fault sometimes for the women in his life, right? And so these are the things that we talk about when we're talking about finances as a woman. When do you let go of the independence, or how as a woman do you take care of yourself financially but still be soft enough to love, right? And so we're not going to talk about love today or anything like that, but we are going to talk about where the money at and what we're going to do with the money. So some of the questions, and I'm going to open up my Facebook for you guys, some of the questions that I had today, and this is so funny. I know some of the ladies was like, now that was funny answering, but we put up some questions today. And the question was, let's see if we are all the same. When you think about money as women, finish the phrases that the old folks used to say. And so if you're on here, I want you to finish the phrases with me, right? So the first one was, money doesn't what? Money doesn't grow on trees, right? Everybody's auntie, grandma used to say that. I say it to my kids, like, money don't grow on trees, right? Money doesn't grow on trees is one. Here's another thing. This is how we know, are we related? Make sure you save for what? You answer the question. A rainy day, right? Save for a rainy day. Your mama told you that too? Wait, never let, I just said that, the left hand know what the right hand is doing. All right, I have a woman in my life that was like a mama. She'd be like, baby, don't you never let the left hand know what your right hand is doing. And the crazy part about it is, I know that Boo Bear got raised like this too, because he stayed thinking that I got a stash, and half the time I don't have a stash. I be having a stash, but I don't have a stash. But you know what I'm saying? So never let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. These are the ways that we was taught about money. We learned what? That money is the root of what? Come on now, money is the root of all evil, right? People believe this, and these are the things that we learn about money. You got to do something strange. I said that too. Something strange for a little bit of change. Everybody knows these sayings because this is truly the way that we learn about money. And so all of us, like now, as we're becoming more positive, we say things like, money comes to me frequently and easily. I'm not broke. My money is just circulating. I call it struggulating because I'm not broke, but my money's not quite doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm like struggulating. My money is circulating, right? The other one that I said that was so funny earlier today, and let me just find it for you real fast if I can. Let's see. The other one that I said was, where was it? I'm on our Facebook page, and I want y'all to go in there too and see them. Like, I thought it was just so hilarious. Oh, money doesn't grow on trees. Make sure you save for a rainy day. Never let her know. And where you? Oh gosh, this one. My grandma used to say this all the time. Where you want me to get the money from? My y'all fill in the blank. She'd be like, "You want me to take it out my ass?" Because they didn't have the money. Even guys, remember back in the day when you would want to go to McDonald's, but your grandma would, and they made a joke about this on Boomerang. Your grandma would say, "We're not gonna go to McDonald's, but I'm gonna go home. I make you burgers better than McDonald's, and you gotta go home and get them potato fries." The fries is just not frying, you know what I mean? And so these are the things that we think about money. And so what I wanted to share with y'all today, we're going to jump into this. And it is not a training, girls. This is us having random girl talk, right? But I wanted to share with y'all something that I share all the time about money, because remember, I teach women to boss up their bag in 30 days or less, right? And so let's see what we got here. I wanted to make sure that where I'm at. Boom. So let's see. So what we're gonna do, I gotta just move myself out y'all's way. Oh, boom. I try. Listen, child, I be trying to make it fancy for y'all. Don't nobody say nothing to me. So let's see. I am making this cool for you guys just because y'all ever hear that song, just in case. All right, well, is this gonna be? All right, boom, boom. Oh, because I got it locked. Wait a second. Y'all, let me unlock this. Guys, I be liking this stuff to look cute for you guys. You know what I'm saying? So, if I can't get it together, I can't get it together. Let me see. There we go. All right, boom. So I'm going to move my camera over a little bit. I did it this way because I wanted y'all to be able to see the chats and all the good stuff. So, all right. My preview is on. We are there. All right, so guys, let's talk about it. One of the things I want to talk to y'all about, share with my ladies today, is our money. We got to keep our money together, right? And so I brought up something for y'all, which is boom, boom, boom. All right, here we go. Boom. So 10 things that we must do with our money as women. Now, I feel like it's so important, we already said this, to always have money. The first thing that you want to do is budget your money. Ladies, as a woman, and I started off by saying this, as a woman, I can remember times where not having no money was hurtful to me. And it was hurtful to me because I was in a situation where it was an abusive situation. People probably were taking advantage of me. There were times where I was really making all the money, but I wasn't having any money because self-esteem issues, self-worth issues, and all kinds of other things was allowing money to go out the door easily and frequently. Not coming in my pocket, but going out of the door easily and frequently. And so budgeting. As I started getting myself together, and as we get ourselves in order, ladies, budgeting is a must-do with our money. We got to budget. You got to know where your money is coming. And I have a income and expense tracker that I wanted to share with you guys. But budgeting is a big deal. When you get your money, how many of us have gotten our money, and when you look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know. You get your bank statement, and you're looking at your bank statement, and you're like, what the... $5,000, $10,000. Where did it go? Because I ain't never seen it. Because our money is in one hand, like your grandma said, I should have put that on the list. In one hand and out the other, right? You don't realize that you have money, but your money is gone. Your money is gone because you're not counting it. You're not writing it down. You're not keeping track of it. And you literally do not know that you made as much money as you did. Because if you... I am a strong believer in letting my money stack. When my money stacks, I could see it, I could count it, I could play in it, I could feel it, I know what I'm doing, I could plan for it. But when I can't see my money, I don't have a way to budget, because just as fast as I get the money, just as fast as the money goes out the door. So we literally have to make sure that we create a budget for ourselves. And there's something that I could do for you guys. I'll put together. I'm gonna invite you guys to my other platform on Facebook, where I teach women all about this kind of stuff. But budgeting is a big thing and a big deal for your money. Some of us now, we shopaholics. You know you're gonna shop till you drop, right? I promise you, there's been times where I can remember having a wig bar, and I see women come in there, and before they pay their bills, they will get a wig. I would try to be a good salesperson or a good owner and not sell to you, because I know that you like, are you doing what you're supposed to do? Because you were just in here the other day, and I can't tell nobody what to do with their money. But budgeting is a big deal. Budgeting is a serious thing, and is something necessary that we must do with our money at all times. Budget your money. The next thing you must have is emergency savings. Guys, you should have 3 to 6 months of money for all of your bills. This is a true emergency fund. Honestly, a true emergency fund is 6 months to 1 year. If something was to happen, just like COVID, remember when COVID happened, before they ever gave us any what was it, stimulus checks, before you were ever able to get money for not working, the PUA and all of this. Guys, PUA saved lives, because had it not been for PUA, who knows what would have happened. But we have to, without PUA and without stimulus, did we have any emergency savings to be all right? For 3 to 6 months is where you want to start. I want you to start, even if you start with 1 month, 2 months, work your way up to 3 months. You got to add up all your bills. You have rent, or mortgage, you have electric, you have, if you don't have your gas, like in our house in Virginia, electric and gas are separate. I had to learn that the hard way. Excuse me. Electric and gas are separate. And so you got water, guys. You got to feed your children. You need gas in your car. You have insurance. You got activities. You have so many things. And so make sure that you begin to create this emergency savings fund. And when I tell you, guys, I'm going to share something with you later where I have a strategy for you to have money in your pocket today, right now, from listening to this audio that I put together on Apple Podcasts and some other platforms. But guys, when I tell you that it is a perfect way for you to begin to have money for yourself. And I'm telling you, having money is not the root of all evil. Not having money is. So all the things that we learned when we were younger, those are the things that are out the window, because having money, listen, we got to have money. You got to have money for dates. You got to have money for the things that you want to do, for your bills, for everything. Money makes the world go around. And when you don't have any, it is a challenging life to be a part of. All right. So emergency saving, 3 to 6 months. And if you are a person and you got no savings at all, I want you just to start with enough to get through the week, enough to get through 2 weeks, enough to get through a month, and work your way up to it. But a true emergency savings, guys, is 6 months to 1 year of every bill. If you laid flat on your back and had no money at all, couldn't work, couldn't do nothing, couldn't do anything, this is what you need for emergency fund. And I want you to think about it this way. If you are an entrepreneur like myself and like Tanya, and the income of your family counts on what you're going to do, and you can't work, the party's over. What are you going to do? The party is over. You can't go to work. The mortgage company's not waiting for you. Delmarva don't care nothing about what you're talking about, and you're not getting no food, and ain't nobody trying to eat oodles and noodles or borrow no sugar from the neighbor, right? And so we must, as women, keep ourselves together and keep that money flowing and keep it coming. And we're going to talk about more of that down the road, guys. Pay yourself. Pay yourself. There's a book, guys, that I tell people about all the time, The Richest Man in Babylon. 1/10 of all you earn is yours to keep. 1/10, that's 10%. 1/10 of all you earn is yours to keep. Pay yourself. Here's the beauty in paying yourself. When you pay yourself, it makes you feel good. Every week, my boo bear and I, for our automotive business, we cash in. Every time I have clients, I sell books, I do a class, I do a seminar, I speak and get paid for it. I take my percentage. I pay myself. I pay my tithes. I save for my emergency funds and all these other things. But paying myself is the most coolest thing ever. And again, the little tip that I'm going to give you later, the audio that I have, is going to show you how to pay yourself. And when I tell you it's fun, you save it. You can't save it forever. You only can save it for 3 months. And after that, you got to blow it. So if you got a shoe fetish, you're going to get you some shoes. If you love hair like me, you want to get you some hair. You want a bag. You want to go to the movies. You love a good spa day. A girl, you a makeup fiend. I was going to say a makeup. Hold on. Let me say that, y'all. If you a makeup guru and you love nice things for yourself, or if you can't remember the last time you did something nice for yourself. Because there's so many of us out here, you go to work every day. You hustle, work your business every day, and you ain't paid yourself a dime. How that feel? How do that really feel that you go to work every day and haven't paid yourself a dollar? Stop this. Don't that make you not want to go to work? Don't that make you have a funky, stinky attitude? Don't that make you be just angry when someone asks you for money? Like, no, I don't have it. And I'm sick of people asking me for money. And every time my phone rings, somebody wants something from me. Sound like me today, right? You pay yourself. When you pay yourself, the world changes. You feel good. You feel happy. You know, you can do what you want to do, when you want to do it, the way you want to do it, how you want to do it, like you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Pay yourself. You worked for it. You deserve it. Yes, you have bills. Yes, you have kids, but you got to do something for you as a woman. As a woman. Type in the comments, I'm going to pay myself, me first. If you're going to commit to paying yourself on your next check, type me first in the comments. Okay? Pay yourself. Invest in your future. Guys, you got to invest in your future. This is a side hustle. This is a business. We invest in real estate because real estate, I believe that the Bible says inherit the earth. We are supposed to inherit the earth, right? Inherit the land, take of the land. And so the land is the earth. The earth is in this world of earth. It's the land, it's property, it's investments. You know, it's Airbnb, it's stashing money for yourself, invest in your future. It's your 401k, your retirement if you work. And the crazy part about it is so many of us don't work for real. And when I say for real, let me take that back. We don't have a traditional 9-to-5 anymore. Nowadays, a lot of people are entrepreneurs. They are independent. They are hustling for dollars. And so you got to invest in your future. You got to take that money and make that money make more money. And there's ways to do this, and we'll talk about it, you know, as we go on in our show. But you got to make sure that you're investing in the future and doing what you have to do for yourself down the road. The Bible says that we're supposed to leave an inheritance for our children's children. Our children's children. So the investment that you're making for yourself is not just for you, it's for down the road for later. Because other than leaving them something, you're leaving them with nothing but a fight. Families get left with nothing, they fight. Families get left with everything, they fight. But you're supposed to have an inheritance for your family. It's required. It is law written, right? And it feels good knowing that you invested for the future. One day, you will not be able to work. And when you can't work, you have to have money for your future. When you are tired and got arthritis and heart problems and hair falling out and all the things that happen to us as people, not even as women, but as people, you have to invest in your future. And investing in your future, there's so many strategic ways. Again, we have a whole other platform for you to talk about that. There's YouTube is your friend. You know, there's investors that are all around. Guys, there's so many people and places for you to learn, but invest in your future as a woman, right? Control your debt. Just because you got a credit card offer don't mean that you should take it. We don't need 5 and 6 and 10 credit cards with $500 limits, $1,000 limits, $20,000 limits, because it only gets us into debt. They give you more money to spend more money. And if you ever pay attention, they see your spending habit. Right when you get to the edge of spending your money, guess what happens? You get an increase, right? You at your limit. And all of a sudden you're like, holy crap, I got an increase. Let me use that. No. Credit card debt. Here's what I do with my credit cards, and I share this. I have shared this in the past. With my credit cards, I literally pay my credit cards every single week. When I use my card, I pay my card. I don't play with it. I pay my credit cards. If I use $500, I'm paying $500 because money is transferable. I use my card for points. I'd rather use my card than my money. If I use my money, it's over. I don't get anything. If I use my card, I can use my money again. Think of it that way. When you have debt that you have accumulated on credit cards, we got a credit card. I got my Capital One, I don't know, $20,000, $10,000 limit, right? $500. It literally started. Remember, guys, I came from federal prison. And so my credit card started at $500. That's all I could get 6 years ago. $500 is what I had. Now it's up to $10,000. Probably another one up to $20,000. Don't tell Boo Bear. Guys, my credit card increases as time goes on, but I don't max my card out. If I take my $500, I want to buy something and it's $500, right? And if I take my $500 and use it in cash, it's over. I don't get it back. I spent it, I got to go make it again. But if I take my credit card for $500 and I use it and I put my money back on my card, I can use my card again. So the way that I do it, because on my card, Capital One, I love Capital One. I am a cheerleader for my Capital One. I love the reward points, American Express, and all the other things that people want. But for a beginner, for someone that may not be that may not have the credit situation like others do, Capital One is good for you because you get to have points, right? And the points, you get an extra free $100 a month, depending on what you're using. points you buy stuff. You do what you want with it. You can use it as your stash, as your spending money. But I pay my credit card, I use my card. If I pay my credit card today, my money's available tomorrow. So I think of it as a lot of people go into credit card debt and they don't realize that if you paid your card, instead of running from your card and paying $35 minimum payment, well, that is getting you into trouble because you got your minimum payment, plus you got your interest, plus you got your penalties. And so now that $35 payment turned into $50, $60. And as your limit goes up, it's turning into $100 or $200 payment. When if you just paid your card all the time, use your cash to pay your card. You use your card, you put your cash on there, you use your card again. It's always revolving and you'll always have your money. And so get yourself out of debt by paying a little bit at a time. Don't be afraid to pay your credit card because as you pay it, it's available to you. I just took my money, put it in my pocket. It's out this pocket. It's like magic. In this pocket, out this pocket. You see that? It's like a wave. I can't dance, but it's a wave. Wait, I can dance. I'm getting better at dancing. It's like a wave. In and out, in and out, in and out. It's my credit card. You feel me, Beyonce? Hey. So this is how you control your debt. Another way to control your debt is discipline. Women, a good woman is disciplined. A grown woman is disciplined. Proverbs 31, right? Read Proverbs 31. Grown women are disciplined. And so discipline is controlling debt. And we have gotten ourselves into debt. And there are ways to get ourselves out of, but it's going to take strategic planning. It's going to take some seriousness in your life. It's going to take step by step by step by step to get ourselves out of debt. But when I tell you the feeling, guys, before I went to the feds, I promise you, I have houses in foreclosures, credit cards maxed out, business things was going on. My rating was trash. You know, not because I couldn't control it, but because there was a lot of stuff going on in my life. But as I came, when I got home, when I was away, I was able to start to get myself out. I wrote the letters. I did the work. I did all the things that all the debt people tell you to do. All the people that do debt consolidation and fixed credit. I followed these steps. They're all the same. They're very easy. I followed these steps and I reestablished myself. And now I hold my credit at high regard. Remember, Proverbs 31 says he or she is held high esteem at the gates. Held in high esteem at the gates. That's a responsible woman. And so we control our debt by being responsible, by saying no to ourselves, by saying no to our children, by planning and budgeting and doing the things that we need to do, right? And we use our play money, our pay ourselves money for the other things that we want to do. All right? So think of it. Control your debt as a responsible woman. Retirement plan. So again, some of us do work 9 to 5. So you have a 401k, you got your retirement plan, you have other employee-driven things that you could do. If you don't know about them, go to your employer and ask. Find out what they offer, right? And if you don't, guys, create yourself a savings plan. You can go to your bank and tell your banker, I want to create a retirement plan. Again, for us, real estate is our retirement plan. Airbnb income is our retirement plan. My books, I don't use my book sale money. I keep my books as a retirement plan. I write my books. I speak from my books. But the money that I make from my books, if it's not going into another book, it is stashed away for my retirement. Because I can't write forever. I can't speak forever. I ain't going to be gracious and shining and glowing and shining forever. Right? And so my retirement plan is the work that I do. The things that I could do now to put my money away. You got to work while you're young, because when you become older, the young take care of the old. And the way that these young are going, we hit or miss, depending on how we raise our kids, depending on what's going on. And so a true retirement plan you can establish through your bank, you can establish through your employer, you definitely can establish through real estate and other business that you can get for yourself. So remember to do that. If you are an employer working for someone, negotiate your salary. If you know you've been working somewhere for 5, 10, 15, 20 years and you don't feel like you're being paid your worth, then you got to go talk about it. Because if closed mouths don't get fed. Somebody put that in the chat. Closed mouths don't get fed. What'd you say? I only got a card. Yeah, I only got one card and you got 800. That's right. 800 credit score. Talk heavy to the people. One card, 800 credit score. That's crazy, right? Believe it. It happens. Negotiate your salary. Listen, if you've been working 9 to 5 and you working 5, 10, 15, 20 years and you haven't gotten a raise, What's going on? I literally talked to my son recently. My son's been working at a restaurant for 8 or 9 years. He hadn't gotten a raise. He deserves a raise. He's the manager of this popping restaurant. When I walked in and the place was popping, it was jumping. I was like, okay. I didn't know that it was going down like that. I didn't know you was the man. Like, I know you're the man because you're my son, but I didn't know you was the man like the man that I am in. And the restaurant he worked in, it was an incredible jumping atmosphere, but he was having trouble getting his worth because he wouldn't speak up. You got to speak up. I already said it. Closed mouths don't get fed. If you feel like you're worth it, then what? They either gonna tell you yes or no. Two things: yes, no, or I think about it. Yes or no, I think about it. A no is a no. A yes is a yes, and I think about it is a yes because you could talk to them because it's consideration. Anytime someone tells me I think about it, well, what the consideration? So what you thinking about? So in your consideration, what is it that I need to do to get that think about to a yes? Because I'm trying to know. So negotiate your salary. Ask for what you're worth. If you're not asking for what you're worth, you're going to work and you're acting funky in real life. You got an attitude. You're probably skimming off the top. I don't play with people when it comes to their money. Because when you don't pay people right, when people are not paid fairly, they skim off the top. I tell my boo bear, everybody finds a way to skim off the top. Including you, including me. Skimming off the top. You taking supplies. You stealing time. You calling out slick. You know, you punching in the clock. Somebody punching the clock for you. Right? You have to negotiate your salary and get what you're worth. And if you are working for yourself, because the entrepreneur, everyone's dream, or so many people's dream, the majority of people have a dream to be a business for themselves. Being in business for yourself is work. And you're going to have to negotiate your salary too. Go back to number 3, pay yourself. When you don't pay yourself, you have to negotiate your salary because working a business and not getting no money, you working a job. You really like slavery to yourself. So as we create businesses for ourselves, but we're not negotiating our own salary, paying ourselves, you must pay yourself. Your business is not a business if it isn't turning a profit. Did you know that even if you're in business, if you haven't made a profit in 5 years, you can write off losses and get money back from the IRS? Yes, self-employed people do get money back also in refund. We'll talk about that when we talk about taxes. But if you're not negotiating a salary or paying yourself as a self-employed individual, and you're not beginning to turn a profit, you're not in business at all. That business is not a valid business. You must make a profit. You must show effort to have made a profit to be in business, and having a salary, not just if you have employees or if you are an employee, but you are an entrepreneur, you must have a salary. We have to get to the point of either paying yourself as a contractor, which you may not understand, but if you're an employee or if you are a business owner, we'll talk about this down the road. And if you are paying salaries or if you're on a W-2, you got to negotiate, and people will negotiate with you. So we have to get that muscle of negotiating, and not just as a salary, but if you're an employed person, you got to be able to negotiate contracts. So your salary might be your next job. I have a speaking job. How much am I going to make? If I'm not being paid, can I sell my merch? How long can I talk? I understand that I need to talk for at least 20 to 35 minutes, 20 to 40 minutes in order for me to be able to pitch. And a pitch means that I'm making an offer of something that I have for sale. But if I don't talk to a person and earn their trust for more than 25, 30 minutes, I can't sell them anything. All I can merely get is their phone number. So I have to negotiate my worth when I'm talking to people too. So in every area, we're negotiating our money and negotiating our salary. Every deal is a negotiation. Get your money. And don't be afraid and don't back down. You know your worth, because what happens when we don't negotiate and get the money that we want, we have the attitude, right? We're resentful. You're funky. You don't want to go. You don't want to do it. And you start to cut corners in ways that you don't need to. It gets you in trouble. So negotiate your salary. Get your money. Get your money. Honey, you feel me? Next one. Let's talk about it. My next tip for us ladies is a tax plan. Now, guys, y'all already know I have been a tax accountant for over 20 years. This is what I do. This is my specialty. If you have questions, I'm giving you an opportunity, and one opportunity only, to go to www.bossupyourbag.com and get an appointment with me so we can talk about it, especially if any of my girls are in tax trouble. If you are having tax issues, you got to have a tax plan. I have a young lady that I've been working with for a long time, and she is to the point where her taxes start. This is real life. She's used to get $1,000, tens of thousands of dollars of refunds all the time. I'm talking 10,000, 5,000, 2,500. Every tax season is a come up. January, February is a come up. She know when she did her taxes, This year, she started out owing $50,000. Boom. She was like, I tried to do my taxes myself. Oh my gosh, it says I owe $50,000. I turn the computer off. She getting money. $50,000. Period. You hear me? And so you got to have a tax plan, even if you are self-employed, even if you are employed. Have a strategy. Here's the thing about taxes. So most people were getting money back because during the year, the government is taking your money. And when they're taking your money, you got that W-2, right? And then your box number 2, or every paycheck you get, you got your taxes, your FICA, your Medicare, all the things that you have. Everybody's like, well, I know what Social Security is, but who is FICA? FICA is Social Security too, right? Well, the Social Security and all these taxes that you take out, the federal and the state and the city and the local and the SUI and the PUI and all of it, deferred comp and all the nonsense that comes out of your check, right? You got to have a tax plan. But that box number 2, guys, that's your exemptions. That's how many people do you claim responsibility for? How many people are dependent on you, right? And you can make that exempt all the way up into whatever. And sometimes if you make too much money, the government or the IRS is going to require you to take extra withholdings out. But did you know, and I'm sure you know, and I'm praying that you already know, that the government, every single time the IRS takes your money, every check, they take your money, every quarter they get that deposit, and every quarter they take your money and they invest it. All year long, they taking your money, they hustling your money. The way you're supposed to hustle your money, they hustling your money all year. Did you know that? If you knew that, right, type I knew that in the comments. They hustling your money all year on your W-2. So you got 200, 300, 500, 1,000. I see people with 1,500, 2,500 in deductions of just federal taxes coming out. But then, wait, here's the catch. January comes, tax time comes, and guess what? Oh, you lit. You about to get 10, 13,000. Look at my check. I'm getting a car. Tax time is like I don't want to call it, we used to call it the poor people party time. You knew that. Exactly. Poor people's party time, right? I don't mean it. They didn't mean it in that way. But when I was becoming an accountant, that's what they used to say. Tax time is poor people party time. Come on, get ready. Guys, guess what happens? All the car buyers get ready. All of the people selling things get ready. They ready. Because here they come, girls. The red light is shining, honey. Because it's tax time. People got money. And you're out spending the money that you just got back from taxes. And you feeling like lit that Uncle Sam looked out for you. But you really looked out for Uncle Sam. Do you understand that? All the money, that federal money that you got back, that's your money. All year, you've been paying your money to somebody else to invest for you, when if you had your own tax plan, you would have had your money all along. All of the 13,000, 5,000, 10,000 car money, house money, whatever you're getting, you could have been saving and having and investing for yourself all along. But we're allowing this money to be taken out of our pocket, out of our checks every single day and every single week for our paycheck. And we lit when we get our money back, but it's your money. It's been your money. These are credits and deductions and money that belong to you the whole time. And off of all of the millions of people who get money taken out of their check, they came up all year and you just got your portion. Not only did you get your portion, but they snatched back a part of the tax that you owe anyway. Crazy, right? So you have to have a tax plan. And if you're self-employed, you want to be putting money aside every single month or every single time. Every time we touch money, we put money away in an account. There's too many bank accounts. You got savings account, emergency account. You got your travel account. You got your tax account. You got your emergency fund. Giveaway money. Guys, we got a cap on giveaway money. That's a whole conversation that I told you we would have. But your tax plan has to be a plan so that you're not paying money that you could have been investing. You want to get in the Airbnb? Deggle your money in your tax plan, right? You want to buy houses? You want to start renting cars? You want to start a hair store or a boutique or an online business? You want to become a coach or a consultant? There's your money. The money that you say you won't have, that you could have to do the things that you want to do instead of paying for the life of other people that you don't have to pay. The tax dollars that they're coming up on is your money. Been your money all along. But here you go, have it back. I'm done. It's like I bet your sandwich and gave it back. Remade it. Really? I got to get off of that, guys. Get a tax plan, ladies. This is how we are responsible, strong, amazing women. Credit matters. We talked about it a little bit when we talked about debt, but your credit matters. Like your credit shows your responsibility. Credit proves that you're a responsible person. Credit proves that that you can be trusted. So your credit weighs big options. Now you'll hear people, if you are a self-employed person, and they'll say, no credit, you don't need credit to get business trade lines. This isn't 100% true, because your credit worthiness shows that you're a responsible person, that you're responsible for your business. I'm responsible for myself, and I'm responsible for my business. And you want to know one thing that I do? Your credit matters. So one thing that I would never do, and I learned this from my mother. I learned this years and years ago. And as much as you want to say yes, it's something that I don't ever do. I do not co-sign for anyone, not nobody. And I learned it. And yes, people have co-signed for me. And they co-signed for me when I was very irresponsible, because I'm not taking care of my own credit. So now that I messed up my credit, I need you to sign for my credit so that I can mess up your credit and my credit. I don't co-sign. When I say 100% against it, period. My kids, my mama, my sister, my bestie, it ain't happening. Period. Don't give away what you can't pay for. Don't give away what you can't stand to lose. And your credit is your worthiness. It allows you to do all the things that you want to do in your life. And your credit does matter. And we have gotten ourselves, I told you, my credit was a whole hot mess. Literally my credit was like in the 400s when I came home. Now I'm over 700, right? And it took time. I had to hustle back for it. Because remember, I was down in the dumps with it. I had foreclosures and write-offs and judgments and all kinds of stuff. But I'm back in 700 in a few short years because I hustle. And you can hustle. We can teach you. These are the things that you learn when you're hanging with Twisted Wellness. These are the things you learn. I don't mean to get all serious about it, but when we talk about women and their money, because we talk about we're such an independent woman, but I'm an independent woman to go shopping and blow a bag, or am I an independent woman to have my money together so that I can be responsible? So if something ever happens to Boo Bear or our business and he can't do it, or he becomes unmanageable or inoperable, is that a word? What's the word when you can't do what you need to do? I could step up as a woman. Part of being a woman is stepping up when it's your turn. If you're in a relationship with a man, with a woman, with a friend, with whoever, it's time to step up when it's time to step up. When it's time to step up for Tanya's daughter, she stepped up. Her husband stepped up. They did what they had to do. Right? When it's time for us to do what we need to do, can you do what you need to do? Your credit matters when you're raising your children. And we have to teach our children these things. Get your credit together. It is a challenge. It is messed up, but it's never over. It is never over. When I tell you, there are so many ways. And the crazy part about it is they want to take your money. They can't wait to take your money. They can't wait to get you in bed as a credit partner with them. And one thing I learned from a good friend of mine who was a financial goat honey, statement that she said to me, and I'm never going to forget it. She said, the bank is not favorable to people who need them. Don't wait till you need the money to get it. Don't wait till you need the money to ask the bank for money. You got to stay ready to get ready. So your credit matters. And we're going to do a credit workshop as women, guys. We're having a women's conference in the beginning of the year. I'm so excited about that. January, we're going to have a New Year, New You conference, something like that. I don't know the name of it, but Twisted Wellness, Inga Nicole, Body Talk Live, Twisted conference we're going to have. And so we're going to get it popping. We're going to be financially independent, but we're going to be lovely, wonderful, soft, beautiful, financially independent women, right? That's what we do. Education. Educate yourself and your family. Yourself and your family. Don't leave your kids to figure it out and guess, to learn it in the streets or to learn it in school. You want to educate yourself so you can educate them. My mother taught me about my credit. You know, I tell some tales about how my mama, you know, was hard growing up. She was rough on me, abusive darn near for real. But she taught me about my credit. She didn't play about hers. She taught me about mine. You know, and no matter how flip-floppy my credit got, no matter how flip-floppy my money got, I understood it because my grandma stayed stashing, child. She kept a stash, honey. She kept that money just in case for a rainy day. That emergency money. If you ever needed, grandma went in that bra strap and got it popping for you. And my mother knew about her credit. And I teach my kids. My son bought his first house on his 18th birthday at the closing table. 18, we couldn't get to the lender fast enough. We're going to closing. Let's go. Set closing for May 25th, whatever it was. First house. Lawyer in there crying, taking selfies. This was years and years and years ago. He's 30 several now. I don't know. Don't ask me how old he is. He's a grown man. But he bought his first house when he was 18. So he's ready. Stay ready. And I want us ladies to stay ready too. You feel me? Right? Y'all don't have to screenshot this. It's going to be there when you come back. So I hope that this was helpful to you. I trust, I know, I believe that it was helpful to you, right? I told you that our sponsor today was Shay, and we started out with Lizzo. Do we want to bring Lizzo back? We had Lizzo on the music a second ago, right? I want to make sure we bring her back. We started with her, end with her, because we live on YouTube, and they're not going to give us, we going to get, what is it called? The copyright infringement up in here. So we might as well go ahead and get it. Okay? But let me tell you this. This episode I told you was brought to you by the, TKO Tasty Creations. That's my sister in her beingness. Guys, she has the best food ever. Follow her at TKO Tasty Creations. And the other is brought to you by Body Talk. Guys, follow Tanya on Body Talk Live. All right, we want to follow her on Body Talk Live, where she talks about body consciousness, body couture. She gets you snatched and right. When I tell you the most incredible thing about Tanya, she gonna get you right from your head to the bottom, literally your head to your toe, honey. Do you see the skin glowing? I ain't been in a minute, but it glows. It stay glowing. This ain't no ring light. This that good over there hanging with Body Image Beauty Lounge, okay? But join her on Facebook on her new group, Body Talk Live, where she's going to talk to you. If you are getting ready to have a surgery, thinking about a surgery, don't want to have a surgery, you just want to keep it tight and right, you want to learn all about all the innovative things that she has going on in the Body Image Beauty Lounge, you want to follow her on Body Talk Live on her Facebook group, guys. Get on in there. And then follow me at Boss Fun. Is it called Boss Fun? Boss Grow Fun. Boss Fun Grow. Boss Grow Fun. Boss Grow Fun. It just means we teach you how to boss up your bag, grow your business, and fund your business. We give out grant strategies. We give out all the things that you need to have to get your business popping. That's what we do. We get it popping over there. And so, guys, we are excited to be here with you today. And I thank you for following us, guys. Don't forget, if you want to be a sponsor, make sure that you go to sponsorship at twistedwellnessshow.com. And then also make sure you're here next week. We got some awesome, interesting, amazing, beautiful things going on. We started with Lizzo. Let's end with Lizzo. Thank you for following us at the Twisted Wellness Show and podcast. Guys, we love you. We'll see ya. Come back again. Follow